Hi, my name's Charlsberg Davison and I'm running for SUSU President. Thanks so much for watching my manifesto video and I hope you find it useful. I'm going to scan over my main points, my main manifesto points, but if you want to read them in more detail then please feel free to read through my manifesto as well. One of the things I really want for all students of Southampton is accountability and accessibility of their support network, whether that be the university, SUSU, halls, welfare and academics. Currently there are hundreds of university policies for students' rights, but students just don't know about them. For instance, do you know how long it should take a tutor to reply to your email, or how long it should take a tutor to mark your assessment and when you can expect things back? These policies are laid down by the university to protect students, but students just don't know about them in order to be able to claim them. There are a number of ways that I would like to try and combat this. One of them would be a drop box on the SUSU website so students could either anonymously or using their names make comments, suggestions and complaints. I'd like to have drop-in sessions for sabbatical officers and relevant student leaders. So a designated time to chat to students about what students want, as that is essentially, as their role is to represent students, that would be ideal. I'd like a list of what students can expect on the backs of doors in halls, in planners and round university buildings. The university experience can literally change a student's life and we pay a lot of money to be here, so it's really important to know what we're entitled to. One of the things I'd really like to push for is more contact hours, whether this be teaching for the students that don't have much. For instance, in modern languages, the students are only taught for 1 hour a week in their target language and that's really not enough. Or whether it be for increased office hours for students who have a lot of lectures. For instance, the engineers have a lot of contact time with their lecturers, but maybe in lectures when their tutors have office hours. Something else that I think is really important is that we have a fairer balance between research and teaching. I'm passionate in believing that it's fantastic that we're a Russell Group university. Research-led education is brilliant, but this shouldn't be at the expense of students. And while it isn't always, I feel sometimes that research is put above our learning. Something else that I think would be really beneficial to students is to have more texts online, core texts online, or more copies available in the library. To say that we're going through a tough economic time isn't really a good enough excuse to deprive students of resources. It's totally feasible to have either text online or to have a minimum number in the library. I'd like to see 25% of text in the library. So for instance, if there's a class of 20, there should be a minimum of 5 core texts in that library. Ultimately, what I aim to do is protect students from cuts to their university experience. We all know that the university is facing a tough financial future, but I want to ensure that this does not negatively impact on the day-to-day student life. Every year, some students are screwed over by really terrible landlords. There is a suggestion that to have housing week earlier would be really irresponsible because we'd be encouraging students to worry over exam time. However, whether it's moved earlier or even if it's kept where it is, the information needs to be available to students. We have to accept the fact that some students are going to buy houses earlier and the information needs to be really clear. For instance, a lot of students don't know that they can go to site to get their contract checked, to check that their landlord hasn't put, cheeky little clauses in there. They don't know that SUSU offers legal advice and that actually if a landlord hasn't given their deposit back they can go to SUSU for legal advice. This is the sort of information that every student should know before getting into a contract with a landlord. One of the ways to combat this problem of bad landlords is to have information on landlords available to students from SUSU and from SUSU. There are currently different websites and Facebook groups that claim to do this, but it's entirely possible for landlords to put their own information into these websites. There's no centralised website and no regulation that students can trust. To bring it under SUSU and to bring it under SUSU would be to present students with a mine of information about landlords that they can really trust and really put their faith into. Student media is a great way of recognising the achievements of our athletics union teams, of our performing arts union and also of student achievements. But it needs to be utilised more. We should be recognising and promoting the achievements of our students and of our peers. Also, it would be fantastic for us to be recognised by the local media as well. We should be proud to be Southampton University, and we should be proud of our sports teams and our performing arts union. We should be proud of all the achievements that our students have, and so I'd really like to be given the opportunity as president to make lots of press releases as well, so that the local media really know what a good job we're doing at Southampton University. We can be really proud of ourselves. Currently, the Student Enterprise Department is juggled between the Students' Union and between the university. What I'd really like to do is bring this entirely under the Students' Union so that we can better support those students. The pot of money for the Student Enterprise is currently held by the university. It'd be brilliant to bring them back under SUSU, make them a department, and give some control back to these students in the Student Enterprise Department. Thank you so much for watching my manifesto. If you want more details, please do read through it. But remember, if you want accountability and accessibility from your students' union and university, if you want protection for your student experience, if you want a helping hand with landlords, if you want student enterprise to be part of SUSU, if you want your achievements recognised, then please vote Charlotte Charlsberg Davison.